Hey guys, welcome back to VBA A to Z. I'm Long Pamay, and in this video I'll show you how to add a drag drop feature to reorder items within a list box and also to move items from one list box to another. If you missed our prior videos, please find them from Professional UI/UX playlist. As always, project files and source codes are free for download and use. The only request from you is to support my channel so I can keep sharing all these useful videos. So before we begin, please do not forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon for upcoming videos. In our previous videos, we've learned how to add a file drag drop feature to interface using a data objects method, and also I demonstrated how to add effects to menu buttons using a mouse move event. We'll use a similar approach and also learn more about cursor position to understand where the items needs to be added. It may sound a little bit complicated, but it's actually very simple. I'll start by giving you a small demo, firing up our first form. Here you can drag and drop any of the items within the list box to reorder them. So let's say we want to move Vince up to the third position here like this, or you can bring down this Geraldo down here and so on. Okay, and the other one here, in this we have two list box. Instead of reordering within the same list box, you can drag and drop like items from one list box to another. So let's say that we want to do this with Mayra like this, or let's say like this. Okay, so this can be easily accomplished using maybe adding a button here as well without using a drag drop. But this is a very handy and very convenient feature that you can add to improve user experience. The code is ready to use. You can simply download the project and change the name of the list box and start using it. But I'm gonna quickly tell you what are the things that you need to change and things you need to watch out, and then how I have designed this and approached this. Okay, for that I'm gonna insert a new user form, and here let's add a list box, a dummy list box, and just change the special effect there. Let's make it smaller like this. Okay, and then let me take the code from here for just loading the dummy data so that we don't have to rewrite this part. Just changing the name of the list box. Okay, so this is how the dummy data is being loaded behind. Okay, now a couple of things that we need to know here is what item is being clicked and dragged, the text of that, so that we can know what item needs to be removed from the last position, right, and added to the new position. Getting the new position is a little bit difficult because we need to calculate using the cursor where the cursor is currently located. And then the other thing is when the font size increases, like the height of this row, for example, will increase and decrease. Here and add a font. Let's see, I was trying with any of the font, but this is what I was using, so Gelix, for example. If you look here now, you see like the row height have increased based on the font size, right? And let's make it to 16 and the for color to white. Now you see like the the row height have increased again because of the font size. We have to keep all these things together in order to be able to calculate where the item is being dragged and dropped. Okay, make this bigger. Okay, getting the list item, the index as well as the text is very simple. We've done this in our prior videos. Adding two text box. Sorry. Let's change the behavior again to like this maybe. And then we'll say whenever the list item is being clicked, we'll say that the text box, set the text box value with whatever is being clicked. First will be the index, and then second will be the value. If I click on this, it returns the text. In the first text box, we're returning the index of the item being clicked, and then in the second we're returning the value. Okay, so this is how I'm getting what is the source, or like the source index and then what is the source text. Okay, and then this is, let's say that you're dragging in this particular element, then it's going to remove after adding it to the destination. Getting the destination is the more tricky part. Now in order to do that, again, we have to keep multiple things in mind. That is the font size, and then where the cursor is at that particular point of time. This text box 3, 4, and 5. Okay, going back again, when you go to list box and then use the mouse move here, you'll see that there are like couple of things that you can use from here. These are gonna return where like based on the mouse move, it's gonna return the button it's being clicked, and then the saved behavior, and then X and Y coordinates of the cursor. So let's say that text box 3, in the text box 3 will return Y, and then in text box 4 will return X. Okay, X will return the coordinates, like the horizontal coordinates, and then Y is gonna return the vertical coordinates. So let's try that. Loading up again. So if I move my cursor, like from the top is 0. So if you look at this text box here, this is going to return us Y. Okay. As soon as I move in, it's like it's about 0. Then as I start moving down, it's 4, 5, and then keeps on going down, right? As I keep on going down, it keeps on like adding up the where the cursor is at that point of time from the top. Okay, like this. Now if I move away from the left side like this, it X return us the horizontal position of the mouse like this. I'm using the font size and then the Y coordinate to calculate where the list, what is the list index where it needs to be dropped to. Okay, for that here I'll return let's try this. So what I've done here is, in order to calculate this, we are keeping a couple of things again, the font size and then the vertical position of the mouse. Okay, and then we need to do some approximation in order to get that. So here let's do this. Y into convert this to number. So if I load this up now and I place my cursor here, if you look down here, this is where it will show me the destination list index calculated value based on the font size and then based on the Y position. Okay, again going down here, now it shows me the list index is showing us 0, and then as soon as I come in down here to the second one, it shows 1 because the list index starts from 0. Okay, then if I go to Mariko, it's going to return 2, and if you keep on watching, it will show us 3. As soon as I move on here to this area, go back 2, and then as soon as I come down here, it returns 3. That is how we are calculating what should be the destination index where the item needs to be added. Okay, since you're familiar with this now, I'll go and show you the code behind these forms. So again, when I drag this, it's already taken the text and then the index of the list item, and then based on the movement of the cursor, it calculates where it needs to be added. Okay, like this. Let's go behind this here. So starting from the bottom, this is basically just again adding an item to the list box by looping through from row number 2 to 19, for example. This is actually not required. Here I'm setting the mouse pointer to 5. That will show us the move cursor type. This you can see like it's not a normal. Once you go out here, it goes to normal cursor type, and it comes down here, it shows us the move. Okay, so that is what it is about. And then this is just adding the blue background to the list, and then the name of the list box is demo list box. Okay, let's first look at this mouse move. This is the where we're getting the source text and then the list index, and then setting the effect and so on. For example, when you go and click on this one, once you click on this, hold down the the mouse and then start dragging it, you'll see that the effect have changed, and then you'll see that just near the cursor you'll see there's a small indicator that the item is being picked. Okay, so this is being done from this particular place here. This button 1, this will return 1 when an item is, like when you're selecting an item and then you start moving something like this, this particular button behavior, this will return us 1. Okay, we are putting a condition here that if an item is being dragged, we're starting a new, we're setting here, we're declaring that obj is a data object, and then we're setting up object here, and then we're setting up a list box here, which is being declared here that this is going to be our list box. We're using, instead of a class, using it here itself. And then here we're setting a text to this object. Okay, we're setting that the text is going to be whatever the list item was selected at that time, the text of that. And then we're saying from index, from list box index is going to be whatever item was clicked at that point of time. So that's going to return us the index. And then we're setting the effect to start drag. Okay, just to show that some item is being dragged. This portion takes care of whatever is, like our source. Okay, and then if you come up here, you'll see that first, before drag, is setting the cancel mode to true, and then the effect is setting to, like drop effect move. And then in this code here, before drop or paste, in this here we are calculating again the same thing that we went through with this particular demo list box. We're calculating where the destination list item or index where it added to. Okay, so this part calculates that. This takes care of, whenever you're dragging up, then we're just using this. Otherwise, if you're dragging it down, we're adding +1 to the index. So this will take care of, like, if you're dragging something down here, it will add on top of that. Okay, that's for that purpose. And then the important thing here that you need to know is, again, cancel mode, or setting it to true, and then the effect to the drop effect moves. And then this is where, it's adding an item to the list box, and then the data is being captured from whatever we have added down here. So we've, in the object, we have set the text, and then this is where we are getting the text that we've added. And then this is the location that we calculated in here. We are adding it to that particular position where you have moved. And then again, this is where we are removing the item from the source position or index. Okay, so we're saying this list box remove an item, like whatever item was that in that particular index. That is what it's basically doing. Okay, so this is how it has been set up. If you need to know what to change, will be, you can simply, copy this entire code like this. If you have to, use this in your interface, you can basically add these codes to your form. So if I have to do it, I'll just, let's say that we want to add it to this form that we just created. I'll just come here, paste it here like this, and then I'll replace this demo list box with your list box name. Here our list box name, this list box name is listbox1. So I'll just copy that. I'll replace all the demo list box with our list box like this. Once you load this up, you should be able to drag and drop. Okay, if you already have your code with the mouse move, or with the this events, associated events, then what you can do is you can just simply copy this and then paste it within those particular blocks. Okay, now coming to the second part of this, again, this is pretty much the same concept. The only thing that we need to know is, like, we have more blocks for 2 list box. So if we come down here, you'll see here's for a list box 2, and then here's for list box 1. Again, same thing, we're setting up the text, and then we're getting the index. We're setting the index from index, so that later on we can remove that, and then we're setting out the behavior. Same thing with the list box 2. And then here we're exactly the same thing. Coming up here, before drop or paste, again, we're doing exactly the same thing. You just need to replace the name of the your controls with the one I have. So if you look here, this is listbox 1, and then this is listbox 2. So guys, that's all I have for you in this video. As usual, I'm gonna leave the link in the video description. Please feel free to download and play around more, and if you have any questions, please feel free to comment on the video below. I'm gonna come back to you as soon as possible. If you found the video informative, please do not forget to leave a like and subscribe to our channel for upcoming videos. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye bye.